The film opens with an archaeology professor named Hopper, who's following the trail of the hippies that disappeared in the 70s and made quite the news. Accompanied by his dog, Hopper finds the hippies' van in the woods of the West. Upon searching it, he finds a slingshot and a weird journal from inside the van. He marches further ahead and comes across a cave opening. Inside the cave, he witnesses a man who's jammed in one position as if he's been put on pause. Hopper drives back to his place where his students, Jackie and Taylor, are already waiting for his arrival. He decides to carry the rest of the mission alone and sends his students away to worry about their performance evaluations that he submitted at the university. Hopper packs up and drives back to the woods, where he ties a rope to the boulder near the cave entrance and steps inside the cave with his torch. Inside the cave, he senses some kind of a weird barrier that can only be felt and not seen. Upon touching it, Hopper learns that it's making the atmosphere damp and moist. He walks through the barrier and goes missing for 2 days. Jackie and Taylor worry for him, so they call a girl named Kara to give them a ride. Since Kara has a crush on Taylor, she's willing to help him under any circumstance. Kara agrees to drive them to the woods in her dad's Jeep. Scenes cut to Kara's house, where her sister, Vives, records herself stating that their father is not only imposing her on Kara, but is also giving her lessons on driving a manual car. Kara is forced to take Vives and her project partner Furby because she is not helping them with their project. Vives brings along her camera and vlogs their little trip. The kids equip the elders with more cameras on their way. Soon, they discover Hopper's car alongside the hippies' van. They find some pictures inside the hippies' van, which prove that the hippies were none other than Hopper's parents. This prompts them to further look around. They come across a different entrance to the same cave Hopper went in 2 days ago. They go inside the cave and find Hopper's rope that he tied to help himself. The rope leads Jackie to a narrow pathway that has a cliff ahead of it. Jackie pulls the rope up and finds its top severed. Hence, the group returns to their vehicle to grab their own ropes. They leave Furby behind by the entrance and equip him with a walkie-talkie to stay in contact at all times. Now they use the ropes to climb down the cliff. On the other hand, we see Hopper, who's just started to follow the cowboy. He turns back and sees some lights flickering behind him. He then hears someone's torturous screams that force him to run out of the cave. He becomes baffled to see the nightfall as he went inside the cave in broad daylight a few seconds ago. While looking for Boss, he sees Kara's Jeep and figures people have come looking for him. He first decides to leave, but when he sees Jackie's bag in the Jeep, he decides to head back and help his students. He throws multiple glow sticks ahead of him to be able to see in the dark. Back on Jackie's side, they climb down the cliff successfully and come across multiple tunnel openings. They hear strange noises. Likewise Hopper, and begin to panic.
Did you hear that?
While Jackie refuses to leave without finding Hopper, the others force her to climb up before everyone else and pull them back up because she's more skilled. However, when she climbs halfway up, the rope gets severed from the top and causes her to fall down. Taylor catches her but hurts his wrist in the attempt. He frustratingly contacts Furby, assuming that he cut their ropes to mess with them. Simultaneously, an unclear voice of an adult responds, claiming to Furby and begging for help. Taylor refuses to sit back and do nothing, so he decides to find his way back up through one of the tunnel openings. Vives goes against Kara's permission to join Taylor and record everything. Jackie stays behind with her injured foot and tosses multiple glow sticks around the place while watching the live footage of Vives' camera on her phone. Kara becomes mesmerized by the formations inside the tunnel and believes that it's ancient. The tunnel keeps going, but they stop by one point where the roof is stripped. They believe Furby is flickering his light to bother them, whereas it's just days passing so fast outside compared to the cave. Kara climbs a giant boulder and attempts to climb the roof but sees a cutoff rope instead and starts panicking. She forces Taylor to take Vives to the other side of the tunnel, where Taylor watches Jackie crawling towards them as her injured foot has temporarily disabled her from walking. They bring Vives back to Kara, who tries to protect everyone from what she's witnessed. Taylor forces her to tell what she's seen and discovers something behind the boulder. Jackie and Vives are left in suspense, so they use a selfie stick to extend their camera and see what's happening. Vives becomes horrified to see Furby's dead body behind the boulder and starts crying. After composing their emotions, they check his camera and discover his vlog. The vlog exposes that he was abandoned outside for days. Left alone, he started researching the things he found from the hippies' van and discovered that they were in search of a fountain of youth to cure their daughter and Hopper's sister. They believed the cave system was the root of the fountain of youth, so they came here and disappeared from the real world. Furby finally found the stripped roof and tried climbing down from there, but his rope severed, and he fell to his death. Taylor deduces that the cave's time is distorted, and it moves slower than the time outside in the real world. Their theory is also proven when they realize they're inside the cave for about an hour, whereas Furby's vlog is comprised of multiple days. Kara fears that they might end up dead like Furby too, so she decides to climb the roof and grab help from outside. She takes a walkie-talkie and struggles to climb up using her bare hands. When she makes it out of the cave, she becomes perplexed to see a whole other scenery. The woods have turned into a drought land, and the air is unbreathable. She still marches forward in order to find signals on the walkie-talkie, but it doesn't activate. She becomes damned when she witnesses a heavy dust storm heading in her direction and a triangular spaceship hovering in the sky. Hence, she returns to the cave and tells everyone what she just witnessed. They refuse to believe her because, according to their perspective, she returned within a blink of an eye. Kara shows them the video she recorded outside and gains their trust. The tape confirms that she was outside for 30 minutes. After arguing over how to get out, they further look into Furby's tape. They find out he was the one begging for help, but he sounded like an adult as time works differently inside the cave. The end of the tape reveals that Furby didn't die of the fall, but was attacked to death by a feral caveman. While Kara decides to climb back up, Vives replays Furby's tape in slow motion and realizes that the light flickering they were experiencing was the sun shifting in reality and the seasons passing by. This shocking revelation leaves them trembling as it defies their earlier perception of time moving slowly. In reality, time has passed drastically, and centuries have come and gone. Suddenly, a highly advanced pole is lowered from the entrance they're nearby. The pole turns itself into a ladder, and a man from the recent timeline climbs down from it wearing a special suit. The man doesn't hurt them and tries to communicate with them, but the feral people spawn out of nowhere and attack. The man uses advanced tasers on the feral man to tame him and turns the ladder back into a pocket-sized device, which he puts in his back pocket. Taylor and the girls run away and end up in the feral people's secret den, where they discover the unconscious bodies of Hopper's hippie parents.
She just died.
Taylor attacks the ferals first, so they gang up on him. The girls run away and hide momentarily. When the ferals leave, they come out of hiding. They break into tears when they find Taylor dropped dead. The advanced man finds them and helps submerge Taylor's body in the water that resurrects him. It also heals others' wounds, confirming that the fountain of youth exists. The feral cavemen arrive again and target the man from the future only. This time, they rip his mask, due to which he has trouble breathing and starts dying. Before dying, he's able to use his advanced tech to flash old news of Taylor and others' parents, who caused quite the scene after their kids went missing. He forwards the news to centuries ahead and lets them know that Earth is on the verge of extinction. The humans have built a triangular-shaped ship to propel the remaining humankind to Mars after researching and confirming that it's habitable for them. This is the same ship Kara saw earlier. Taylor continues to move forward and follows the glow sticks Hopper tossed earlier. He walks past two women from the Stone Age, who are also stuck in the cave for multiple millennia. He finally finds Hopper, who's been shot and is stuck on the ground. Ahead of him is the blue barrier that's creating ripples and further slowing down time than it already is. Hopper tells him his sister's trapped in that time along with many others from thousands of years before the age of civilization. Hopper suspects the fountain of youth is in there, due to which people from all timelines are fighting each other. Taylor and Hopper see the people in a paused state due to the time barrier. Taylor plans on going inside it, but Hopper stops him and convinces him to head back to his group to find a way out. He unites with them and starts looking for the advanced man's pole that turns into a ladder. Hopper shoots at the cavemen to divert their attention towards him, while Vives sets fire to the tunnel passage to prevent them from approaching them. They soon find the pole and head towards the cave opening. They turn the pole into a ladder and start climbing. This time, the entrance has water above the surface, which isn't pouring down in the cave. Kara extends her hand in the water and gets pulled into the water by a creature with pointy claws. She tries to make her way back, but the cavemen turn the ladder back into a small device, due to which the friends fall. Kara comes out of the time barrier, so she sees all of her friends jammed midair. She's rescued by the unknown creatures, who send her to their triangular ship and lower down cables to save her friends from falling. They later retrieve Hopper and Furby's bodies and resurrect them in the ship using the stolen water from the Fountain of Youth. Here, the film ends. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome recaps.